Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United, and with glorious sunshine down here on the south coast. I don't know about where you are, but hope you're all having a great day. We've got the latest United news for you. We're going to get into it all right now before the England game, which is on tonight, which we're going to do a watch along for as well. Do us a favour, guys, at the start of this stream. We've got a lot to get into. Smash that like button, give it a thumbs up. Share it around on social media if you're that way inclined, and please do subscribe if you're new to the channel and have your say. Get down below in the comment section if you're catching up later as well, and get your thoughts and opinions in. Let's get in there. Just want to say thank you to everyone for joining at the start. Suban, Arctic, C Talentless, Scott Hutchinson, Rasha Felicia, Papa Smurfs, Suban again there, Jay Tanky, Arctics, Luis Garcia, Nepalm, and everybody else. Thank you very much for getting in here for the live show. So as we know, Manchester United have still not being able to get any business wrapped up because we're a bunch of dawdling fannies. That's what it seems like, and really we're expected to probably get some signings this summer because we need to. Obviously, got a lot of players going, but in terms of like actually getting business done, wrapped up soon and early, this is Manchester United we're talking about. So I'm hoping they can surprise us and get some deals done, but it would be no surprise if they just dawdle and fanny around all summer long and get some late signings. But let's hope for the best. In regards to the latest goings on with new transfers, I mean, obviously De Jong's situation is the same. That's not changed. We had a reported bid knocked back, and there's obviously negotiations taking place there still. So nothing changed there. We're not going to talk too much about that because it's the same sort of situation. But Manchester United are now reportedly anyway looking to increase that level of interest or begin negotiations perhaps with Ajax for Antony as well, guys. So because of maybe the Darwin Nunez situation at Liverpool, which we'll get into a bit later, they do sort of have to look at other forward players. Obviously, this is a winger option. We still got Ronaldo. Maybe Rashford's going to be backing up number 9 or Martial. We're not quite sure yet, but it looks like we are now turning our attentions to Antony over at Ajax, which is obviously a player that Ten Hag has had a hand in developing and obviously really likes him. So this is why it's been heavily linked, because it makes sense. It's just like any of these other players that Ten Hag's managed, whether it's De Jong, whether it's Timber or anyone really. We're linked to all of these players because they're good players, that are young players, that are hungry, that are developing, and are the sort of players that United could do with. So it does make sense to look at all of these options, right? But we have a report from the MEN that says reports are suggesting Man United are close to reaching an agreement for Antony. And different various outlets as well suggesting, I mean, we saw a couple of days ago as well that Ajax bring us Antony's staff already in Europe to accelerate and perhaps close a potential deal between the player and Man United. A transfer fee could be around £52 million, with his future being decided in the coming days. And we've also got another source here just that says, put the feelers out in regards to Antony, suspicious as it's quite convenient timing, and offers to Ajax without reports in Holland seem unlikely. Maybe a bit of a half-truth, in that Ten Hag obviously likes him and he could move this summer, but not sure if anything's happened yet. So there are some reports that say that we're nearing beginning negotiations for Antony over at Ajax, guys. Let's just ask the chat, smash a 1 in the live chat if you would be happy with us bringing this guy in. I mean, I would be, guys. This guy's a Brazilian winger, 22 years of age, had a very good season, nice assists, nice goals, got that relationship there with Ten Hag. We need to try and emulate that Ajax style of play, but just do it in the Premier League. I know it's different. I know you can't do it the same way, perhaps, to begin with straight away. But the more players he's actually got in his team to start the season with that are adept at playing his type of football, the better. If you can get Timber in, great. If you can go and get De Jong, fantastic. If we could get Antony, spot on, because it's probably just going to help us start a transition of being able to play a different sort of way under Ten Hag. So I would be bang up for it. There's lots of ones coming to the live chat. Thank you, Kingslayer, Cindy Collector. How you doing there, Cindy Collector? Long time no see. Hope you're great. Arctics United, Philip Chapman, Josh Lee, Lambretta Diaz, Josh Lee, Dizzy, Pete Morris. Everybody is liking the prospect of getting Antony in there. So yeah, there's not much to like, is there? 22 years of age, Brazilian player. He's going to have obviously a good future for club and country going forward, and whichever club that is. We could get him now when he's still in the early part of his development. That's what United have to do. We can't go out there and sign the Haalands, the Mbappes and these sorts of guys, or the Lewandowskis even. We have to go and sign different sort of quality players, the players that are on the up. And this guy certainly seems like somebody that's on the up. So it would be a good addition. In the winger area, let's just talk about that for a second because, well, we do have quite a few wingers that are sort of, I don't know, what are they even doing there? We've got a lot of wingers, but not any real proper first team starters, like definite you are in the team type players, which is a bit of a shame. So we have got a lot of wingers, guys. There's Facundo Pellistri. There's Amad Diallo. Are these guys ever going to get a look in? There's, of course, Rashford. Is this guy going to continue to be absolute Gashford this season, or is he going to change his ways and start to actually do things and be back to his best ways under Ten Hag? That's what I hope, and I hope he can stake a claim to that left wing spot again. We've got Antony Elanga, good young prospect, had a great season breaking through, really. Very happy with Elanga, can't really fault him too much for a young lad. So he's got a good potential as well. Tony Farcial, what the fuck's going on with this guy? We don't know, but he's in and amongst it. So we have got a lot of winger options already. Sancho, I didn't even talk about Sancho. We paid 73 million for Sancho last year, and probably a player that will, I think, flourish in a Ten Hag system. But we've already got Sancho. What's going on with Sancho? Well, it's good to have depth. It's good to have quality and depth, of course, but we do have a lot of wingers there already when you think about it. So, again, what I would say about this is it's kind of like the Darwin Nunez situation, the way I was describing it the other day. It's like, yeah, okay, it would be great to get this player in, but we do have to sort of look at the other areas of the team first, in my opinion, because they're the more glaring issue areas. We've got gash defense, we've got a human fridge at the back, gashing it up every single week. We've got injury issues in regards to people like Varane, who are not consistently going to be playing for you throughout the season. Luke Shaw loves a Frey Bentos pie. Alex Telles is good going forward, but just absolutely gash at the back. And then the other side of the pitch is a mishmash of mess, which is Wan-Bissaka, defensively good, but offensively gash, and the opposite can be said for Dalot. So we've got a lot of problems in the defence. The midfield needs addressing because we've got Fred and McTominay in there. Average and Fred are just not the standard that we need at United. I think Fred can probably do a good job in a squad role for Ten Hag. And maybe even McTominay is an absolute backup, but crikey, we need to improve upon that. We can't go in with a lower league standard midfield anymore against the top teams, because that's what they are, you know. Thank you, Jason W., my son. He says, smash the like button. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so. 135 legends in here already. Do share it around as well, guys. Hit the share, hit the subscribe, get your thoughts and opinions in. Drop that thumbs up. It's free, and it helps us out. Nice one. Okay, Gungshi, how are you doing today? Hope you're good. The Cake Cadet's an absolute don. What's going on? I hope you're good. Corrupt Recordings, hello, mate. Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it? He says Liverpool and City have got first and second lockdown for the next 5 years. I hope United have got some tricks up their sleeve for this window. Depressing. We need Ten Hag to somehow, manage to get this United side back on track pretty quickly, don't we? That's it. Has he got the chops to be the next sort of Klopp? That's what we're going to find out. I mean, I really hope so. If you look at what he's done at Ajax, stylistically, it's very impressive. And if you just look at their goals and conceded and ratio and things like that since he's been there, even in the Champions League, it's impressive. So you've got to hope that he can get Manchester United playing that sort of way, but in the Premier League and with better players, with bigger name players, to the highest standard. That's what we got to hope. Only time will tell on that one. We've got to give him time, of course, to work. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Liverpool and City have got a bit of a stranglehold on the top couple of places at the moment because they are in a settled place. They are advanced, and City can just add whoever they want every single summer. Liverpool got to the stage where they've got a pretty awesome set of players, and they are just able to add like one or two real high profile big money signings every single window. So they are not wanting for players either. They're going to be improving all the time. Yeah, you're probably right. It's on Ten Hag to try and ruffle some feathers and get in there. So it's going to be very difficult for him. It's one of the toughest jobs going, I think, just in terms of like the expectations of what United are and how good these other teams are that are in the league. It is very difficult for the guy, but he needs to recruit really well. That's what we have to do this summer. See, United need a big summer. We can't have this Glazer shithousery anymore where we're just fanning around doing the bare minimum to get that Champions League revenue coming in. We've got to actually go for an ambitious summer transfer window this time around. We do have to reshuffle, maybe sell a few players, generate some cash that way, but they need to invest heavily. They're already saving 30 million a year just in wages alone for a bunch of these free transfer players that have gone out. So there's no excuse for not being able to go out there and, reallocate some of those wages that are now not paying to new signings and then just invest some bloody money as well. So we've actually got a decent squad to start the season with. So there is no excuse. United need to have a big, heavy transfer window this window, and if they don't, they're a bunch of bottle merchants. And 3 or 4 players, that ain't going to cut it, in my opinion. If this club had proper ambition, we would be getting a few extra guys in. Maybe you only sign 3 or 4 players for actual transfer fees, but then you've got to go and get, like cheeky little Christian Eriksen here, cheeky little Marco Asensio then, if you're not going to go and invest in Antony or whatever. I don't think that's the right thing to do, but I'm just saying there are other options. You've got to get players in. We've had 6 players go out, 6 first-team players go out, and we've got to recruit in order to replace them, but replace them with better players, replace them with hungry players, the right sort of players. So, it's a frustration, mate. Classic Manchester United transfer window inbound. Maybe we can surprise us in the next few days with the news that they've got a deal agreed. That's what we're all hoping for. There's other clubs agreeing deals, but Manchester United still fiddling around, doing absolutely jack all, it seems, in this transfer window, apart from just negotiations. We know that De Jong, they want 100 million euros for him, reportedly. We went in there with a 70 million combined total. There's going to be a bit of time and negotiation that takes place there. I don't think that's a simple, straightforward deal. Plus, does De Jong even want to come? So we've got that's not going to be a simple, straightforward negotiation. That has to be wrapped up, but it's going to take time. This one would get back onto Antony for a second, though this deal, I mean, it should be more straightforward if you actually, identify him as somebody that you want to go and get. If Ten Hag's decided, Darwin Nunez not the guy, let's go and get another winger, another forward player that can play, right wing there, and Sancho can play left, and then we can get anybody deputising Ronaldo up top there at striker, whether it's Rashford, Martial, or Sancho, or whoever. You can get them deputising at striker, I suppose. That is an option. If we're not prepared to go out there and buy a proper forward striker this window, or there's just not any good value players out there, we need to strengthen elsewhere, then that is an option. So I would be happy to see that, guys. The midfield needs to be addressed, obviously, and the defence needs to be addressed too. Timber's another one that we're looking at, and that negotiations seem to have sort of stalled a little bit on because they're wanting quite a bit of money. We're looking to go a little bit lower, and it's going to take a little bit of time again to agree these fees. So it would just be nice if United could get a bit of business wrapped up reasonably soon. Let's get into the live chat very quickly, guys, in regards to Antony and anything we've just discussed. Then we're going to cover the latest topics. We're going to talk about those shithouses, Liverpool and Darwin Nunez as well in a few minutes. But let's go into the live chat very quick to see what you guys are thinking. Get your opinions in there about this whole debacle, this palaver, this transfer window, this absolute protracted negotiation fest that it always is at United. Marky Harris, how are you, mate? He says Poundland transfers at the death of the transfer window. That's it. Panic buys right at the end. Good shout. Kate Cadet, what's going on? He says, how confident are you that we can have a successful transfer window, Piggy? And also, what is success to you? Okay, so I'm like 75% sure we can have a successful transfer window because all the pieces are there for us, mate. We've had all these players leave. We finished fucking 6th. It's a no-brainer we have to have a big window. Like, we've literally lost half of our first team. You know what I mean? All the experienced players, a lot of the experienced players have gone. We have to spend. So I do think we will have a big window this summer, but it's just the bare minimum that is needed, really. You can't finish all those points off of the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool, bottle it out in all the cups, finish 6th in the league, look absolutely awful, and still and have an average window the next summer. It doesn't work like that. We have to have this sort of window at least like, Arsenal had last window, but with better players. They spent about 150 million last summer. They invested in a bunch of different players. They got rid of a bunch of players. They had a reshuffle, right? They could have done better with some of their signings, but I'm just saying, if we need to spend a huge amount of money like that, buy a lot of good quality players, get that engine room of the midfield sorted out with De Jong coming in straight away, and then also sign another midfielder, and then sign a defender, and then a forward at the very minimum. That's 4 players. That's the bare minimum of what they should do. 150 million on 4 players. That's the bare minimum of what they should do this summer. And then if you can maybe sell 1 or 2 players, cheeky little Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Crystal Palace, 35 million, thank you very much. Buy 16 million to Roma, nice one, whatever. Then you can go and sign another player as well and strengthen elsewhere. And actually, you should be able to sign another player anyway because we're not paying Pogba 300k a week and all these guys anymore. So just United need to get that ambition this summer and go for it. The Glazers usually do it when we don't have Champions League football, so I expect they will spend. If we did have Champions League football, we'd probably be getting, I don't know, Harry Maguire's younger brother, fucking Terry Maguire, coming in as a signing this fucking summer instead. But because we actually need to and we don't have Champions League football, they want to keep that revenue coming in, they will spunk the money this summer, I think. But it's just the minimum of what we should do. Josh Lee says he's 50%. Okay, let's ask the chat then. Kate Cadet asked me, how confident are you we'll have a good transfer window? I said 75%. That's pretty optimistic, isn't it? Where are you guys then? How confident are you that Manchester United will have a good transfer window at 100%? Let us know. Yeah, I think we have to because of just how many players we've got going. Exactly, Cindy Collector. Antony loves Ten Hag. Hopefully he will come. Hey, Chrissy J says if we can get these over the line, then they could make the difference to the season. Definitely, yeah, absolutely. This is it. I mean, we are expecting it to be a bit of a gash season, aren't we? Maybe 5th place or something like that. But you never know. If we get the right players in, have a proper ambitious window, and fucking go for it, stop being a bunch of melters and just lacking ambition and not being able to compete with the likes of City and Liverpool, and actually go for it, then who knows where we could finish this season. Magical seasons can happen. Fucking Leicester won the league not long ago. You know what I mean? For Pete's sake. We get a bit of belief about us. Ten Hag comes in, starts winning fucking games, instills a new attacking confidence and belief into the team. We sign the right players. All of a sudden, we got a good squad. We got the GOAT Ronaldo banging 30 goals at the top of the fucking team. We would be loving it, guys. You know, and surely it's possible. I believe. Let's dream. No, but, you know, that's fucking, you know, it can happen, my friends. We just have to have ambition, though, and get the right set of players in. Thank you, Rush Barno. He says we got 77 likes on the stream. That's awesome, guys. Let's see if we can do better than that and get 100 likes. Take a moment to smash that thumbs up if you just joined us, guys. Boost us up on the YouTube algorithm and helps us compete with the clickbaiters and the corporation company channels. So hit that thumbs up button and help us out. And also subscribe and get yourself involved in these. We do these updates every single day, give you the latest no bullshit United news. Thank you very much, Conlon McNabb. Appreciate you, bro. Okay. We could also win the Europa, says Cindy Collector. Look, you just don't know. I mean, look, realistically, we're not going to win the league, okay? That's too much to expect for Ten Hag in his first season. I think a really successful season would actually be if we managed to finish 4th. I know that sounds a bit depressing. We should have high ambitions as a club, but we finished 6th this year. Progress is progress. If we could galvanise or if we could get the team, you know, back to where they were before, people like Bruno, Rashi, and then the new signings do bits and Ten Hag does well, then I think we could get in those Champions League places. But in regards to where we're likely to finish, yeah, I think maybe 5th is more likely just because there are other teams that are further ahead of us. What's going on with Chelsea, Spurs under Conte look like they're strengthening, etc. Arsenal are going to be in and around it, maybe not. You know, there's a lot of teams still vying for those spots, so it's nothing's guaranteed here. But I just got to hope that Ten Hag can get us Champions League football in the first season. Let's ask the live chat then. Cindy Collector says 4th. I agree. Yeah, let's ask the live chat. Where do you think Ten Hag will finish in his first season? Maybe we'll be able to predict this a lot better when we've actually seen what signings we make. Because if we're just looking at the squad we've got now, then it's probably another 6th place gash up. But that's not going to be the squad, though, is it? We're going to have a lot of recruitment, so it should be a different vibe. Hey, we got 100 likes. Get in there, Rushbardo. Nice like spike, guys. Thank you. Wiggy says Maguire starting for England. Oh, fucking Gareth Southgate. What an absolute melt. Hashtag Southgate out. Maguire's a charlatan, lad. 2nd says Subban. M says 5th. 6th says the Diamond. 4th says Bucks fan. Robert Zergi says 8th. Marky Harris says 8th. Big Worm says 4th. 5th says Mohammed. Nut says 6th. How you doing there, Nut? You Don. Joe Pringle says 5th. Andy says 3rd. James says 6th. Nice one, Rajat. Okay, so a lot of you, it's very mixed, actually. I'm thinking a lot of people feeling 4th is realistic, but let's not get too carried away and understand that there's a lot of shite that needed to be pushed out the door at Manchester United, and it's going to take a time to rebuild this team. And he probably won't be able to get the 6 players that he wants in one transfer window. It may take up to next summer as well before he's got the proper squad that he wants. So yeah, we can't expect too much too soon from him. He does need time. I mean, this is a very unconfident Manchester United team. It's not a team that's got a lot of swashbuckling, you know, like confidence about them when they play. They are low in confidence. They don't know how to play. Tactically, they're all over the gash. So he's got to sort that out. Fundamentally, they've got to make sure all the tactics are everybody's on the same page and they're working towards playing Ten Hag's style of play. It's not going to happen overnight, but that's what I mean. They've got to work towards it. It's not going to happen overnight. So it's going to take time before we see results, I think. Okay. Gungshi thinks we're going to be finishing around about, sorry, where's that gone? 3rd or 4th, says Gungshi, yeah. Kate Cadet says we have to aim for 4th minimum. Anything less than top 6 is bye-bye Ten Hag for me. Really? You think sack him in the first season if he's... But it depends, though. This is the thing, guys. In my opinion, there's so much can happen in the season. It's not even necessarily about the finishing of the team. This is what it's about for me, right? I'll lay it down. I'll lay it out for you all to play it out here, right? So this is how I view it. If Ten Hag comes in, regardless of where he finishes, he could finish second or he could finish sixth, in my opinion. As long as he's done the right things, implemented the right changes, i.e., stripped Harry Maguire of the captaincy, started playing in an attacking way, gone towards this whole Dutch football, total style of football, which he has implemented at Ajax and trying to replicate that in the Premier League and building towards that, we will forgive him certain results as long as we are going for attacking football and we are looking like we're playing good attacking stuff and entertaining and scoring goals and, you know, doing what like Klopp did when he first came in at Liverpool, basically, right? They didn't get all the results to begin with, but they started to play in a certain way. And also, if he blood to the youth, that's a big thing for us as well. If he's actually implemented we don't know how many players we're going to sign this summer. We can't say, oh, let's sack Ten Hag if he doesn't get top four, if we don't sign the right players this summer. We might have to just play with a bunch of youth as well. If he could bring a couple of youngsters through, as long as he's doing what we want, playing attacking football, developing the youth, getting a bit of belief about us. It's not even really about the result in terms of the finish for me. For this first season, of course, next season, we have to look at being challengers and challenging. But this season, it's really about just transitioning in from being a gash team into being a good team. And that's going to take time. That's not going to happen overnight, mate. Yeah, Channel 4's the England game. Nice one, dude. Yeah, 7:45 kickoff. We're going to be doing a watch along on this channel from about 7:30 p.m. So if you are around later, then please do come and join us for the England game. We'll be watching it. We'll be watching Slabby Maguire slab it up at the back. So he is starting then, is he, guys? What is Southgate on, guys? Bloody hell, mate. I often think that Southgate manages in a way. He's got the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer handbook, and he just goes by the book. I swear he does. But anyway, okay, right, guys. So let's get on to the next topic then, folks. So, yeah, Antony, you know, just to clarify, they're making moves, it seems, to be signing this guy. Reports coming out that we are going for this guy. He scored 12 goals and provided 10 assists last season for Ajax. And he's also reported that he would be available for around about £50 million, £51 million. The fee does sort of vary depending on what source you're looking at. Some sources said it could be as low as £35 million, which is more like 43 or 45 million euros. But, you know, realistically, maybe £50 million is the sort of figure you'd be looking at. Let's ask the live chat, how much do you think we should be looking to pay for this Antony fella from Ajax? I think 40 million quid. That's nearly 50 million euros. You know, that's a decent amount to be looking to pay Ajax for this guy. I don't think Ajax can ask for huge money for any player because at some point these players are going to leave anyway, and Ajax just are that sort of team that produces talents and sells them, and that's the process there. They have to sell them. They do get good money, but they're not going to get top money for these players. 40 mil says Joe Pringle, 40 mil says Robert Cersei, 65 says Uncaged Squid, 60 million he's worth it says Daryl, Pascal says 60, 40 million says Jeff Madbrack. 40 million euros is enough, says Rushmano. 40 says Nas. 50 says Cindy Collector. Okay, so we'd all be pretty reasonably happy if we paid about 40 or 50 million euros or, you know, 40 million quid for the guy. That's pretty cool, guys. Yeah, nice one. He looks a good player, doesn't he? That's what we should be looking to add in. He's only 22. So there's nothing really to worry about there. But it seems like we're making some progress there. Reports are that United are quite confident of getting a deal done. You know, should we go in for Antony because of just the situation with Ten Hag? He loves Ten Hag, and it's a great opportunity, of course, to play at Manchester United. A lot of these players will know, though, that staying at Ajax is not the worst thing in the world for them, especially just for one more year, because they are in the Champions League. Like Timber said a week ago, he's getting games in the Champions League and playing week to week over there. He's developing really well. If he goes to United, well, he didn't say this, I'm ad-libbing, but he basically said he'd have to go to a club where he's given game time. Otherwise, he's not going to develop as much, is he? What's the point of going to Man United or a big club if you're just going to sit on the bench? You might as well stay another season there. So United have to give these players assurances too. Let's get on to this deal then, guys, which is fucking gash. So Darwin Nunez then, folks, let's talk about it. It's gash, guys. I mean, in the end, I'm not that bothered about it because they've overpaid, haven't they? They've paid a shitload of cash for this guy, but loads of reports coming out. Here's the Guardian that says Liverpool have reached a verbal agreement to buy Darwin Nunez from Benfica and are preparing the paperwork to complete the deal. It's basically a done deal, this one, folks. It is done. They will pay a guaranteed 80 million euros for the striker and up to another 20 million euros in add-ons. So a heck of a lot of money that they're paying, right? And so for that reason, I'm not that bothered about it because I think they've overpaid. And I don't think we could have actually justified spending that much of our transfer budget on one forward player right now. when the rest of the team is fucking pathetic, and we have to address those areas at the back end of the midfield more. So I'm actually not that bothered about it, but I do think they're getting a good player. And Klopp and the way they've recruited over the years, they're not going to spunk this amount of money on this guy if they really truly don't believe he's going to be great for them. So they've recruited well. I've got no reason to believe that he won't do a good job for them. It's sad. You know, you've got Haaland going to City. You've got Darwin Nunez going to Liverpool. It's gash, but it's not the biggest problematic area for us in the team. We've got Ronaldo. We have got players who can back Ronaldo up, I suppose. And if we sign another forward back up and address the other areas of the team, we'll be happy. But it just goes to show you how shite our recruitment team is, guys. We've been sniffing around this guy for months. We could have had a cheeky earlier offer in there. We didn't even have a bid on the table. There has been talks. There has been some verbal discussions, but ultimately that's come to naught. You've got to actually put a bid on the table like Liverpool did, and they've managed to get this deal done, it seems, in just a few days. When they've actually gone in for him, yeah, they've been looking at him for a while. Yeah, I'm sure they've been negotiating and talking and behind the scenes for a little while. But when it comes to it, they've acted and they've put an offer in, which is a good offer, and Benfica have accepted it. Whereas Man United could have had a go at this guy, just like we could have had a go at Ruben Diaz before fucking City went and got him when we were linked to him for years. Or we could have gone and had a go at Julian Alvarez or just fucking anybody. Caicedo, who was €5 million, or anyone scored that goal against us, you know, fucking anyone we could have gone for. There's countless players we've been linked with, but we don't go for him. So there you go, guys. He's gone to Liverpool. Here's an update from Fabrizio Romano, and this is what it says. It says, Liverpool are now closing in on Darwin Nunez deal. Here we go. Meeting in the morning with verbal agreement in place between Liverpool and Benfica, just waiting to sign. €80 million plus €20 million add-ons fee. Liverpool are preparing paperwork. 5-year contract already agreed. Sickening, guys. Absolutely sickening. So, lost out on a good player there, I think. Let's hope he's like Andy Carroll in disguise, the Uruguayan Andy Carroll for them, and just sharts the bed, mate. That's all we can really hope for, but I'm pretty sure if you look at the way Klopp's gone about his management and their recruitment at Liverpool in general recently, he'll probably turn out to be a banger for them. That's going to be sad. So he might be like a new Suarez for them in terms of like goal scoring over the years. Maybe not. I mean, probably not, but he's only 22 and on the back of a really, really good season. I am pretty disappointed that we've lost out on him, guys. Right, okay. Let's put a sad face or a happy face in there for your feelings on Darwin Nunez to Liverpool. Sad face or happy face, guys? Are you happy with we haven't spent 85 million quid on a forward? Or are you sad that we've lost this good player that we were linked with and we could have gone and got to a rival Liverpool? I mean, it's a double whammy for them, isn't it? It's a fucking double whammy for them. Okay, so we got happy face from Liverpool. Oh, no. Sad face from Luis Velez. Daryl's loving it. Sad from Dean. Thumbs down from Ghost. Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed bag there, to be fair. Super happy, says Lewis Gossett. It's a little bit of a mixed bag there, folks. There's a Liverpool scummer in here laughing his tits off. Right, okay, so Darwin Nunez it's agreed, guys. He's going to Liverpool. It is wrapped up. That's it. He's now going to be a Liverpool scummer. It's official. They got themselves another Liverpool scummer. It's too much money, isn't it, Bucks fan? Yeah, 80 million plus 20. They have been bent over a little bit here. The Scousers have been taken for a wee ride for that amount of money. So too much money, isn't it? But if they want to allocate that money for this player and go and get their man early in the transfer window, tell you what it shows you is it shows ambition, and it also shows like intent for the start of the season. Get the guy in and get him in right at the start of the window so you can work with this guy, get him in there for pre-season, all the rest of it. That's what United need to be doing. Just pay a little bit more money and get your man in early so you don't have to worry. And you don't have to worry about other teams sniffing around and coming in and stealing this player out from underneath you like Liverpool did with us. So it's just what United deserve, really, because we're gash at recruiting players. The board, the board and the recruitment team, they don't act quick enough. They don't allocate funds quick enough. The Glazers always looking at the bottom end. Oh, 85 million for Darwin Nunez. Oh, no. Let's try and dawdle for 6 months and then get him for 70. Whereas Liverpool are like, fuck it. We'll just spunk the money and get him in, Man City are like, screw it. Let's just go and get him. We don't do that anymore. And maybe that's good in some ways because we don't want to be bent over, right? But also, it's not. If you want to go and actually be ambitious and get these deals done early, you do have to pay a little bit of a premium sometimes. Barca want big money for De Jong. We don't want to pay 100 million euros for De Jong. We've gone in with 70. They're not going to accept 70, though. That's been rejected. So, well, you've got to go with a pretty decent offer now, 85 million euros. You can't insult them. 75 million quid, 70 million quid, something like that. Like, that's what it's going to take to get this deal done. You can't fanny around and try and dawdle all summer just to save a couple of million quid. You have to get this guy in. You're going to have to satisfy Barcelona and get this guy in for Ten Hag so he can begin work. So it has pissed me off, guys, Darwin Nunez going to Liverpool, because I think we've missed out on a good player. And he's probably going to do good for the Scousers. Also, Fab said a little bit more. He said more on Darwin Nunez deal. This was just about an hour ago. He said, meeting today morning confirmed. It took place in Portugal. Liverpool reached a verbal agreement with Benfica and agents too. So it's all done. It's just a medical now pending to be scheduled next week. Once the deal is signed, Darwin could fly to England on Monday. Absolute gash, guys. We've lost out on Darwin Nunez, folks. That's the reality. Thank you very much, Roshmano. He says, smash a like for the pig. I appreciate that one. Hey, we've got 294 legends in here. Let's get 294 likes. Please do hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done it. And also smash the subscribe button. That's the little red one that says subscribe on it. That'll get you subscribed. And there's a little bell there as well. You might as well ding that so you get notified when we post, because we'll give you all the updates. Yeah, fair enough, Buxman. He says Liverpool was bent over, but they loved it. Okay. But the thing is, if you spend big money on a player and they turn out to be good, then that money is justified. If you spend big money on a player and they turn out to be, I don't know, Harry Maguire, then that money is not justified. So this money, it's money. It's just money. Money is only worth what is the value that is put into it, right? It's all about adding value. If Darwin Nunez comes in at 22 years of age and they spent 100 million euros on him and he scores 25 goals a season for the next 10 years, then it will be chump change. It will look like the most bargain deal ever in 10 years' time. But if he comes in and he's Andy Carroll in disguise and he just shuts the bed, then it's going to look like another ridiculously gash transfer. So, somewhere in the middle as well is possible, of course. But, yeah, it does depend on how he does as to whether or not it's a big amount of money to spend on him or not. That's got to be said as well. Like, it seems like a lot of money. But if he's that good and if he does score those many goals for them and is there for a many number of years, then it will seem like good money spent. Just like when people were quaffing at how much we spent on, I don't know, Rio Ferdinand as a defender. Well, the amount we spent on Rio Ferdinand as a defender turned out to be a pathetic amount of money for how quality that good player was and how long he stayed at United. You know what I mean? It was the bargain of one of the bargains of the century, even though he was a huge amount. So you've got to say it's the same for any player. Oh, okay, Wiggy, let's talk about that for a second then, if you want. So Richarlison linked to Spurs. I've got that on my list to talk about here. He's in advanced talks to join Tottenham Hotspur. A deal is believed to be around about 60 million euros. And, he's already discussing a contract with Spurs, apparently, guys. So, crikey, yeah, Richarlison's another player that's linked to man. And I'm not bothered about losing out on Richarlison, guys. But it just goes to show you other teams are prepared to go in there early and do business. They're also looking at signing, they're negotiating and discussing deals for Bastoni right now. Also, I believe they're even sniffing around Pau Torres, our Spurs. But look, they're going in there with an offer for Richarlison, it seems. 60 million euros. I'm not bothered about missing this guy, to be fair, guys. I think he is a good player. He would be a good option for Manchester United. 60 million euros, quite a lot, though, for just a good option for Man United. He's never going to get you 25 goals a season. He's a good player, but, I'm not bothered about him. I like his shithousery as well when it comes to trolling the Scousers. But other than that, he's not really, not really the player for me. So, weird move for Spurs, says Ghost 98. Good signing for Spurs, that says Luke Powell. It's a good signing. I mean, let's ask the live chat. Would you want Richarlison at Manchester United, yes or no? For me, it's a hard pass. I don't want him, no. He is good, but he's not great, and we need to be looking for somebody who is great. And if we can't find somebody who's great right now, let's get somebody who's great in a different position, strengthen the team elsewhere, and we've got Ronaldo up there at the time being, and then look at that in the summer when maybe we can get somebody who is great. That's how I look at it, really. No, says Wakas Akram. No, says Josh Lee. J King says not really Man United quality. Rafa says don't rate him. Don't think he would work for United, so you're better off without him. Good point. Thank you, Rushmano. We need someone better, says Josh Lee. Hard skip on him, says Westy05. Dean says no. Nas says no. Melissa Smith says we don't need Richarlison. Had a few injuries this season. Neil Duffin, you absolute legend. Yes, mate, get in there, my son. He says no Richarlison. Definitely not. Maybe we could sign him as a mascot just to, like, troll the Scousers. That would be fun. Neil Duffin, I hope you're well, pal. We had Depay, Mkhitaryan, Sanchez, Lukaku, and they all failed. There has to be a deeper reason because they're top players, comments Sam Neeksad. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Is Mkhitaryan really a top player, though? Is Depay really a top player, though? I mean, they're good players. Sanchez, I mean, he was doing awesome at Arsenal before he came here, mate, but I don't think you can put that down to the United disease. I think you have to put that down to him being an absolute merchant of fucking gash who just gave up as soon as he came in and he got his paycheck. You still rate Calvert-Lewin, says Kate Cadet. Again, good player. Again, good player, good option for us. Yeah, a bit of DCL action. I can see what you see in him, Kate. But for me, he would cost a significant amount, I think, as well. And also, he's not going to get you that 25 goal. He's not good enough, mate. He's not good enough for Manchester United. You like Alan Moore, says Rajat. Fair enough. Well, maybe Ten Hag does too. You take him if he was cheaper and a good quality striker, but we can get better. Yeah, 60 million euros. That's not doesn't represent good value for United for Richarlison. Gangshi says we need to concentrate on the midfield and defence. Man after my own heart. Okay, so now, seeing as you mentioned that is the case about Richarlison's negotiations with Tottenham. That seems like they are progressing in that sense. Just a few other things we're going to get into then, guys, and then we're going to get into the live chat and give you a quick rundown of what's been discussed in this vid. Once again, drop a like, hit the sub up, have your say. Everybody's welcome here. We don't differentiate. If you're a channel member or a mod or just random person who's in it for the first time, you're just as likely to have your comments read out, etc. So get your opinions in the chat and have your say. Right then, so also David Ornstein reporting earlier on that Real Madrid are set to announce signing of Aurelien Tchouameni from Monaco today. So that's obviously done. In fact, they might have already even announced it since I've last seen. And so Aurelien Tchouameni is on his way, guys, to Real Madrid. Another player that Man United missed out on. But again, we don't have Champions League football, I don't think, to compete for these sorts of players right now, which is sad. But that is a report that's come out earlier on. Also, Manchester United are working on a new deal for Alejandro Garnacho. Talks are already started to get things done by this year. This is reported by Fabrizio Romano at 10:18 a.m. He said Man United's plan is to offer him a 5-year deal as he's considered a huge talent. And Garnacho is one of those players that you could see possibly break into Ten Hag's team as a youngster this season. I mean, he's looked very good from the few games I've seen from him. In that FA Cup youth final, he was fantastic. And he's definitely got, and he's only 17, or is he 18? Or is he 19? He's somewhere around there. I think he's 18. He's pretty damn young anyway, guys. Maybe he's 17. He's very young. He's very talented. And he looks like he would be a good player that we should start to develop in the right sort of way. Who knows whether or not he'll continue in the youth setup or whether or not he'll be loaned out. But I think hopefully he could be one of the players that is given some chances and he could be a real exciting youngster that we can bring through. I mean, if you're good enough, you're old enough. It doesn't matter if you're 17, 19 or 21. As a youngster, you can have an impact. Look at Rashford when he first broke through. Look at Greenwood when he first broke through. Even Elanga this season has been positive. So I think that, yeah, Garnacho could get in there. It's written, how you doing? He says, players you think will join United. So I think we will get De Jong. I think we'll get Timber. And I think we will sign... I think we'll also sign Antony as well. I actually do. Now, in regards to other players I think we'll definitely sign, I mean, there isn't any. So, but there you go. I think those are the most three likely ones anyway at this stage. There could well be a forward in that we could bring in. We probably should definitely, in my opinion, bring in definitely. That's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? But you know what I mean? We should bring in a central midfielder as well as De Jong, because Fred, McTominay and Donny may not be enough there. Maybe Ten Hag's plan is to bring in a youngster there. You've seen Jimmy Garner do well this season on loan. Maybe that's a possibility. Okay, so just a couple more things, guys. Jude Bellingham is still, this is reported by The Athletic, that he still remains top of Man United's list of transfer targets, according to The Athletic. So, I guess he is. Maybe that's one for further down the line. He's going to cost you a huge amount of money, and it's just a speculative story, really. So, but he's not going to be coming this side. It's just too much money. Maybe if we didn't get De Jong, maybe if De Jong said, hey, sorry, Ten Hag, I want to stay at Barca, and that's that, and I'm not going. Maybe we would then go on and look to invest in a player like Jude, but he's going to cost you too much money, and so therefore we're not going to get a player like Jude Bellingham as well this summer. We have to look at other players. But yeah, he should absolutely be on our list. And maybe next summer or soon in the future, we should hope to get this guy. We just got to hope that when that time comes, Man United is in a better position than we are now. Because if we're in the same sort of position we are now when Jude Bellingham's looking to move, well, it'll be like the Haaland situation or the Darwin Nunez situation again. He'll just go to one of those clubs that is more likely to win things like Liverpool or City. So it's on Ten Hag and the players and the new the new team and everyone to get us up there again where we're in a position where we can actually sign these sorts of players again. Because there's so many teams that would be interested in this guy if he was actually, available for the right price. And it's just a matter of time before everybody comes knocking. So we've got to position ourselves as well as we can. 334 legends in here, 148 likes. We can do better than that, can't we? Like Spike! Thank you everyone for joining. Do hit that thumbs up button, as I say, helps us out on the YouTube algorithm. So drop a cheeky like and have your say, guys. We're going to stick on it for a bit longer. We're going to do a Q&A in a minute. Hey there, Manny Snooflacky. Hey, Jarvis Cocker. Also, drop the subscribe if you're new, guys. Help us get to 58,000 subscribers. We're nearly there. We've got an awesome community of legends in here. So if you're interested in becoming a part of it, then hit that sub button. Right, okay, that's it, guys. That's basically the news. Antony, I'm going to give you a quick rundown now, then we'll cover the Q&A. But very quickly, just to talk about Antony again, there are reports that there is going to be a bid potentially coming soon. So reports are suggesting Man United are close to reaching agreement for Antony. There were some reports that came out a little while ago as well that staff already in Europe have been to sort of discussing things with Manchester United in regards to an Antony deal. So hopefully it's true. If it is true, it'll still probably take a bit of time. Hopefully that's true, guys. It seems like now Darwin Nunez is going to Liverpool. He was Ten Hag's number one forward choice because the amount of money involved is just too much, and also it's hard to compete with Liverpool right now. So we've had to move on to a different player. He's not a striker, but he's another option in those wide areas you can sort of have covering in the forward position if you've got another winger, etc. It's just a good addition, isn't it? 22-year-old Brazilian player who's had a really good season under Ten Hag. So it makes a lot of sense, guys. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you're happy to see Antony join. Smash a 2 if you think that he's not the right guy for us. Next story we got then is, of course, about Darwin Nunez, which is the deal is now done with Liverpool. Sadly, they have announced it. Well, no, sorry, they haven't announced it, but Fabrizio Romano's announced that it's here we go, that it is a done deal. Liverpool are now closing on the Darwin Nunez deal because the agreement is there. It's a verbal agreement in place between the two clubs. They're just waiting to sign, and it's 80 million euros plus 20 million euros in add-ons. So they have been bent over a little bit there for the fee. It's a huge amount of money that they spent. It's a 5-year deal. It's obviously a good player that they're signing. Loads of ones coming in the live chat. Nice one. You want Martial as a backup? Fair point there, Rajat. Well, he's probably going to be given a chance by Ten Hag if he's still here. Now, if an offer comes in for Tony, which I don't think any will, because let's face it, who wants Tony Martial on 200 grand a week? He's too inconsistent. He's a bit of a bottle merchant. And if there was a good offer that came in, or even a bad offer, I'd strongly consider selling him this summer. But he's probably not going to be sold this summer. Sevilla don't want him. He went on loan. He's had a bit of a poor time of it, a few injuries, bad season. Nobody wants to touch Tony Martial at the moment. So I think we're stuck with him this season. So yeah, Ten Hag's got to try and bring him back, I think. He's got to try and revitalise him, use him as a backup, use him as a rotation player, maybe give him some good opportunities. I mean, let's face it, if we don't get a forward, he will get a lot of games at striker. He will, I would think, or at least out wide if Rashford's playing at striker, because let's face it, Ronaldo's not going to play every single game. And if we don't sign another forward, Martial's going to be needed. So, yeah, I could see that. I could see a reality where Martial is given a lot of games this season. I really could. And maybe Ten Hag could bring him back. But Darwin Nunez to Liverpool is basically done, guys. It's a done deal. It's very sad, but it's done. He's gone. We missed out on a player. He's a good player. And we missed out on him. Fabrizio Romano also went on to say an hour ago that more on Darwin Nunez. Meeting today, morning confirmed, took place in Portugal. Liverpool reached a full verbal agreement with Benfica and agents too. Only the medical now is pending to be scheduled next week. Once the deal is signed, Darwin could fly to England on Monday. So there you go, guys. It's all happening very quickly for Liverpool. Man United, on the other hand, classic bottlers, classic shark merchants, taking all the time in the world about it to get anything done. look, we're almost desperate now. United need to actually, even though it's the start of the transfer window, we're almost desperate. Other teams are doing it. We have to have just one signing. That's all I get it. We can't get all these signings done in the first week. Some of these are going to take a month. And as long as everybody's in by the end of this month, really, it's absolutely spot on. That's fine. We've got pre-season to go for with new signings. That's fine. But we need one signing right now. That's how I feel about it, guys. Because this is pathetic already. We need to just get the deal agreed with Barca and get De Jong in. We'll be all feeling so much better about the situation if we just sign De Jong. And that's announced. Oh, we are bottlers, aren't we, Money Siddiqui? Yeah, it's piss poor from us. Dancing with the Devil says, are we actually close to signing anyone? Hate transfer windows, rumour after rumour. We are close to signing a couple of players, right? When I say close, I mean, De Jong could be a week away or he could be a month away. But it looks like we're progressing with that because Barca are looking to sell him. And we have already had a bid in there. So there was, where is the, have I still got that? I don't think I've still got that, but, oh no. So, but there was a tweet from Fab yesterday which confirmed that there was a 60 million euro plus 10 add-ons bid from United to Barca. So we know we have had an actual bid there, it seems. But they're negotiating, aren't they? They want more money. We've had a bid. So we're trying. So the situation there is we're negotiating to try and get De Jong in. I'm pretty sure we'll get him. I'm confident we'll get him, guys. But it's only, you know, it's like 60% chance right now, 70% chance. It's feeling good. There's still things it can fall down on, i.e. De Jong not wanting to come to Manchester United or Barca deciding that they're going to find a financial, improvements elsewhere. I don't know. You know, this is it. It depends on a lot of different things, doesn't it? Then there's the other players that are looking realistic. Timber is strongly linked. We need a defender. He's versatile. He's young. He's hungry. He's physical. He's quick. He's a good player, right? So for those reasons, he's almost a no-brainer for me. And we've already been in contact with Ajax about him. So that's looking positive as well. But again, time frame-wise, could be a few days or it could be a few weeks or it could be even longer. So that's just United for you. That's the recruitment team. And then also we've got Antony, which we're supposedly now progressing with as well. Who knows how far away that did it. So I'd love to tell you, yeah, we're getting this guy signed in a week. We're getting this guy signed tomorrow. We're doing this, we're doing that. And we are negotiating. But actually, you know, there's we don't know how long it's going to take to get who. That's the reality. And if we take longer about it like we have done recently, there's every chance that Liverpool or some other toss-piece club will come in and put a bid in for one of your players you're looking at. Oh, what's that? De Jong's available. Crikey. Us as PSG are a bunch of shithouses. Why don't we just go and put in a bid for him, seeing as we've totally destroyed the game and got unlimited funds? You know what I mean? You just never know what's going to happen. So United need to act quickly. United need to act quickly. At this rate, we'll get no one, says Dancing. Oh, man. Bell 6091, what's going on? Dirty Sanchez says Nunes equals modern-day Mark Viduka. Thank you, Roshmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Hey, Benjamin Bessemer says that, hey, at least we are doing business. It could be much worse where we don't get anyone and Eric struggles and we fans get restless and angry at the Glazers as per usual. I suppose, but are we doing business? I mean, we are talking, we are negotiating. But, man, think about a couple of summers ago when we were talking about Jadon Sancho. And that took 18 months to get done. So let's just hope that they get these deals done and wrapped up very quickly at the start of the video. Because like I said before, Manchester United absolutely need to get these guys in, so Ten Hag can actually have this pre-season with them. I don't want to see players coming in end of the transfer window again. It's pathetic, guys. Other clubs are doing business. Haaland's going to have that whole pre-season with City. Everybody's going to have their pre-seasons with their clubs. Darwin Nunez is going to have the whole pre-season with Liverpool. That's what we need at the very least. Get them all in June. That's it. I mean, there's still a few weeks left of this month, right, guys, before the clubs even have the players come back off holiday and before they all meet up for pre-seasons. I think it's around about, you know, the start of July that they're going to be doing that. 1st of July or something. They'll adjourn to start the season again type thing. So, and then they've got that tour, of course. We've got a game on the 12th of July against the Scousieres in Bangkok. So we've got a bunch of, we've got to get all the players in before then. It's as simple as that, guys. We've got to get all of the players we signed before then. Hey there, Big Bear 2022. Thank you for the Bacon Brigade emojis and Triple J as well, you legend. Nice one. Himalayan Wanderer says, we can surely outbid the Gunners for Neves, says Himalayan Wanderer. Yeah, it depends who else we get, but I agree with you. Imagine if we ended up getting De Jong and Neves. What a great midfield pairing that would sound like on paper to control games. And also, it wouldn't actually be beyond the realms of possibility to sign those other two players we mentioned there, Antony and Timber as well, as long as maybe you sold one player or something. So good shout there, mate. I like your style. I mean, why not, eh? We got to have a bit of ambition, man. Why not, eh? I mean, Arsenal do want to get Ruben Neves. That's what a report is. They're also linked to Tielemans as well. He's another one I'd be quite happy to see Man United go for. It seems like we're just focusing on De Jong right now. There will be other signings, I think, coming behind it. I can't imagine that the only players that we're actually looking at are the ones that we've been talking about the last few days, such as Antony, Timber and De Jong. Surely there's other players we're also looking at as well to strengthen the team. Hopefully Ruben Neves. But it seems like the focus right now is on De Jong. So that's what we're sort of going for. Nice one, Jim Watkins. Thank you, bro. Oh, nice one, Rushman. We've got a couple of updates. Let's have a look. Thank you very much, dude. What an absolute legend. Let's get some love hearts in there for Matty Rushmano, giving me the updates live here as they come through. Oh, wow. Okay. What's this? Reports coming through that Wolves also have a proposal from Man United along with midfielder for Ruben Neves. United's proposal is more advantageous for Wolves because better payment method. Is this legit? Why haven't I seen this? Also, that's interesting. So there is a report that's come out. I mean, I haven't seen any of the mainstream journals or anything confirm this, but there is a report that says Wolves have had a proposal from Man United along with Barcelona for midfielder Ruben Neves. I think we've got to take that one with a pinch of salt personally, guys, because we're obviously working on De Jong, but we should be interested in Ruben Neves as well. And if the De Jong deal fell down for whatever reason, I would suggest that, yeah, we should be definitely going to try and get this guy in instead. Hey, thank you, Winner Base, for subscribing to the channel. Nice one, Winner Base. Really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, dude. Welcome aboard. Is there an alert that pops up there when somebody subscribes anymore? Is that gone? Maybe that's gone, guys. I don't know. I'll have to fix that. But anyway, so yes, dudes, that is interesting. Maybe a bit of a Ruben Neves link surfacing there. Hopefully that's true, because we could do with the more the merrier in that midfield. Definitely. I mean, I would love it if we could sign Neves and De Jong. What a midfield we'd go from. We'd go from having a complete gash setup to having a pretty convincing midfield then, I think. And maybe you could look at getting rid of Scotty McTominay then as well, Also, yeah, as reported a little while ago, there's a few English clubs and Real Madrid are interested in signing Jude Bellingham. Whether or not there's going to be this summer is probably another story, but there's definitely a lot of different talents, different teams that are interested in this talent. City, United, Real Madrid, all interested in bringing in Jude Bellingham at some point. So there you go. Nice one. Thanks for those updates there, Rushmano. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Bucks fan. He says, subscribed and like Big. Awesome content. Thank you very much, mate. Well, that's what we do around here. We talk about all the latest United goings on. There's no clickbait shite. This deal's already done. Crap. We don't talk about anything that's that's not already confirmed by the most legitimate of sources. So yeah, that's how we roll on this channel. When there's an update, it's a legit update. There's no just pumped out clickbait stuff for the views. I mean, we do talk about all the latest goings on in a concise video format. So if you like it, then yeah, make sure you show your support by dropping that like button and hitting that subscribe button, because it's free, guys. And make sure you join us for the next show. We're going to be on actually doing an England watch along tonight as well from about 7:30 p.m. on, so just about half an hour. We'll be back on watching the England game, and then also we're going to do FIFA later on tonight, and then tomorrow we're back to the usual schedule, which will be an afternoon United show giving you the day's roundup around about 3 p.m.ish, and then an evening show giving you the evening's updates. And often there's a lot of good updates that come through in the late night, which we cover live as well, around about 9:30. So that's the sort of schedule next few days, guys. Make sure you get yourself involved by smashing that bell icon so you get notifications. Thank you, Dancer. Thank you, bros. Okay, so that's basically the rundown anyway. Let's get into the Q&A section then, folks, for to see what you guys are saying. So just to clarify, yeah, De Jong's situation much the same. Some reports suggest that Ruben Neves is of interest to Manchester United again at this moment. Antony, some progressions taking place there with United's interest there as well in Antony, making progress. Perhaps we'll bid soon for Antony. There's a belief that deal could be done. And also De Jong, I said De Jong, didn't I? Darwin Nunez signed for those shithouses, Liverpool. It's basically a done deal. This is the medical pending and a few bits of paperwork and signatures and stuff like that. Tottenham hot shite. They're trying to get Richarlison. It looks like they're in advanced talks to bring him in for around about 60 million euros as well. Aurelien Tchouameni's going to be signing with Real Madrid as well. They're expected to announce it. Maybe they have already announced it since I've been on. And we've also are working on a new deal for the Argentinian youth talent that is Alejandro Garnacho. Those are basically the biggest stories for Man United today, guys. Let's get into the live chat, see what you legends are saying. Let's be having you. Where are you? Thank you once again for joining, and appreciate you all having your say. Now's the time to get your thoughts and opinions in. I can't stick around too long because the watch-along's on, but I will stick around 5-10 minutes, see what you legends have got to say for yourselves. We're only 10 likes off of 200. You know what to do. I'm not going to say it again. Patrick Naranjan Music says United won't sign no one. You really think so, Patrick? I mean, bit pessimistic, mate. We will sign some players, won't we, even if they're shy? Because we have to. We lost 6 players this summer, mate, first-team players, so we will sign someone. Benjamin says, Q&Q, would you like it if United were talking to Real about bringing Camavinga on loan for 12 months? Yeah, I would take Camavinga on loan, definitely, bro. What a great little bit of business that would be for one season. Absolutely. Nas says we are linked with Milinkovic-Savic as well, Piggy. We have been linked with him for the last few months, actually, yeah. And we are linked with him, but he's a lot of money too. I think he would cost 70 million quid or something. Ghost says need a couple of free agents, also plenty of wage budget there. Eriksen's the one, isn't he? I agree, Ghost. Get him in, mate. Doesn't cost you a penny other than the signing fees and wages, which is a cheap deal compared to most. Mancunian Way says Arsenal agreed 50 million for Gabriel Jesus medical on Monday. Where are you getting this from, Mancunian Way? Fair play though. It does look like they're going for that, right? Obviously, Lacazette's just left them. Gabriel Jesus, you know, good on him, mate. Get him out. He doesn't scare me at all. He's fucking 20. He's not going to get you 25 goals. Yeah, Rushy says we will sign players 100%. We have to. Yeah, we have to. We've got such a skeleton squad now. We actually have to. Money says we will sign players, although we are slow in transfers. Absolutely. Irfan Kadili says Man United is too slow in the transfer market. Definitely. Westy says we need some good signings, though. Yeah, I guess it's more about getting the right players in, not necessarily the amount of players. I mean, let's ask the live chat, though. How many players do you think United will sign? Not that we should sign, because we probably should sign about 7. But how many will we actually sign? I think we'll sign 4 players, and then we'll promote a couple of youngsters. And it will be the bare minimum that we should do. But we should sign 6. You have faith in Ten Hag, says Jamie McDonald. Me too. Me too. Himalayan Wanderer says the only way we get timber is by selling Maguire. Dudes, you reckon? Why do you think that? I mean, why have we got no budget, man? Why have we got no budget? We get 100 million quid from the TV deal every single year. United gets huge money. They want that Champions League revenue coming in. They want Champions League football. They will spend a bit this summer, guys. Don't make no mistake. They will spend this summer. Mark Harris says 10 handbags isn't big enough to pull for players to sign. I actually don't know about that. I do think you're right compared to big high profile players, but at this moment in time though, would it even matter if we had like Jose here, you know, or somebody like that? Because we don't have Champions League football. We can only sign certain types of players. Maybe it would. I mean, didn't we sign Zlatan actually when Jose? That's a bad example. I've shot myself in the foot there. Maybe you're right. But we signed Zlatan when Jose was here and we didn't have Champions League football, I think. So fair enough. Maybe you're right. Would Eriksen fit in Man United, says Evron Sai? I think so. Yeah, I think so. He's a technical player, great set pieces, great vision, great creative player. He's somebody that would probably play in the same sort of position that Bruno Fernandes plays in, which means that he's going to get obviously second place really to Bruno most of the time. But is he? It's about actually doing it, and competition is important for places. And if Bruno's getting that competition from Eriksen, you might see a better Bruno. And if Eriksen is actually putting in those performances that deserve to keep Bruno out the team, that's how it goes, my son. So I think you can't hurt to have quality in depth. And Eriksen is a good proven Premier League player who will create goals and stuff. I'm not saying he's as good as Bruno. Bruno over the previous 18 months before this season was one of the best players in the world, if you ask me. This season he's been pretty average, but I know he's a great player. So I'm not saying Eriksen over Bruno, guys. No, I'm just saying in some games, Bruno needs to have that fire underneath, and he needs to be challenged, and he also needs somebody to deputise for him as well. So I think he would be good. Plus, you've seen a lot of those players leave that we've had there that could play there. Lingard's gone. Also, Mata's gone. Yep. Kate Cadet says, is that true, Rushy? Rushy says, Joel Glazer gave Ten Hag an ultimatum. It's either Nunes or De Jong. Disgraceful. Yeah, the guy's an absolute shithouse, mate. That's it. It's a lot of money. Heinrich Van Niel says, sign Ronaldo. Definitely Rajat. Hey there, Ellie. What's going on? Thank you so much. Oh, nice one. Can you feel the power? Old Gladiator. I thought you meant Gladiators. Never mind. Ellie, that's a good movie, though. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, father to a murdered son husband to a murdered wife, and I shall have my vengeance in this life or the next. That's kind of like what Ten Hag needs to approach Man United's transfer window with this season. Just like, we need to get vengeance on the rest of the team. Thank you, Ellie. I hope you're good today. Thank you so much. She says, like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much. Just Replay says, Pig, what are the changes to sign Sangare? The chances of signing Sangare? Just Replay, they should be quite good, shouldn't they? I mean, I don't think we're really properly working on that deal at the moment. We're not, in fact. Not that I've heard, but he is a player that's been linked to Manchester United, and should be around about 35 million quid maybe you could get that guy for. PSV done well. I mean, he's a destroyer. He's a winner of the ball. I don't know, mate. I personally think, yeah, he could be a good sign. It should be realistic. If United had to go to, the next on down the list and get to Sangare, then yeah, he should be quite easy to sign, I would have thought. But I think we should go for Neves, which is what Irfan Kadili says. De Jong and Neves would be amazing if you're going to sign two. Mancunian Way says, Ten Hag's been brought in to play kids out of the academy. Might be onto something there, bud. Yeah, that's what he done at Ajax. Jordan Lopez says, I hate how we drag on transfers. Couldn't agree more. It's a shit show. Definitely Lord Reptile. Ninja Starmer says, Pig, who will be our striking alternatives to Nunes? Tony Martial? No, I'm serious. We probably won't sign another forward player, mate. Probably going to be Tony or Rashi backing up Ronaldo, lad. I don't know. Hey, we got 200 likes. Get in there, everyone. We did it. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that thumbs up. That's awesome, guys. We hit the target. 200 likes. Fantastic. Thank you, guys and gals, for hitting that thumbs up. Great show. Thank you, Rush Mono. Appreciate you. Heinrich says, I meant Son, Sir Pig. Son. Oh, Son Aldo. Oh, okay. So, Son, I mean, listen, if we could get Son, I'd be over the moon, but they're not going to sell him for any less than a small fortune. And they've got Champions League football right now, and he's loyal to Spurs, even when they didn't have Champions League football. He signed a new contract recently last summer when they didn't even have Champions League football. He's mental. He's mental, mate. He likes Spurs. He wouldn't come to us unless they were really down and out and we were in the Champions League at the very least. He's not coming to us, mate. Slabhead hat-trick, says Rushmano. You know he's going to be shite tonight, mate. Would you take Tadic from Ajax, says Thomas Healy? Yeah, I mean, I really rated Tadic last time he was in the Prem. So, I mean, I haven't watched him since really much. But, I mean, we could do a lot worse than a lot of those players over at Ajax. Well, if you get, like, Daley Blind in as an option, I'd be happy. Trossard's looking good these days as well. Yeah, he's another player that could be linked, that has been linked a little bit. Diogo Santos says, Pigo, what would you think about a game destroyer? I don't know how to call it, to add to the midfield. Yeah. Take to see Palhinha, leave Sporting, but United would be, okay, fair enough, Diogo. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, there's talks of maybe Sangare, people like that as well, that could come in and be a destroyer next to De Jong. I think De Jong could play there or as a deep-lying playmaker. He's got the options for both. So, yes, mate, I agree. Robert Jersey says, can Glazers actually produce a signature? Good question. Thank you very much there, Rajat. So keep up the grind, bro. My name is Zlatan, and I am lying. Zlatan does not sign for any team in particular. This Zlatan signs the team. But fair enough. Antony's about 50 minutes of Jamie McDonald. Yeah, reports suggesting that could be around about the case. Thank you. No worries, Nas. I'm going to wrap this video up now, guys, because I've just seen the time. Got to get things set up for the watch along. We're going to be back on in 20 minutes time, guys. 20 minutes from now. In fact, I'll put the watch along link in the live chat. Please do go over there if you want to continue chatting with the legends. There it is there, guys. That's the link to the watch along. So go over there, smash a like over there as well. Smash a thumbs up on this video before you go. Make sure you subscribe. We're on every day giving you United updates. We will keep you up to date and informed with the latest goings on with United's transfer window. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop a like before you go. It's free. And follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Also check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Sorry if I missed any of you in the live chat. There's quite a lot of legends getting in here. Papa Store, shout out to you, broski. Yes, mate. Be happy to sign Antony. Me too. Marky Harris, Jim Watkins, Money Siddiqui. Marky Harris, have a great day, you legend. And Ghost 98, Jamie McDonald, Ms. 528, Gungshi, Westy05, Haroli, you legend. Thanks for getting in, bro. How are you doing? Spurs look like they're doing some bits this window already, Haroli. I don't know if you heard me mention, but they're looking at bringing in Richarlison, it looks like, at the moment. There's talks of Bastoni as well. Yeah, man, Cudenway, our owners are shite. Rush Marno, thank you so much. Says top show. Thank you, Rushy, for the updates. Himalayan, Lalo Vera as well. Luis Garcia, Kingslayer, Manib Siddiqui, Mark Aitchison, Kieran. A nice one night. He says, see you all in hell. or at the watch along. Nice one, Nut. Nice one. See you both of those places, maybe. Thank you for getting in. Yeah, see you for the watch along, guys. I'll pin it to the top. Oh, it's already pinned at the top. Go over there, chat with the Bacon Brigade until we start in 20 minutes' time. Thank you, Wiggy, for moderating. Thank you all the mods. Thank you all the members. Dizzy Red Devil, Wiggy, Kieran, Nut, and everyone for supporting this show. Thank you, everyone else, for getting in the live chat. Really appreciate you all chatting. Haroli, Kingslayer, Sleeping Dragon, Jim Watkins, Mark Harris, Bernard Fortune, Rushy, Gungshi, Ellie, everyone, Awi Malakal, Rashad Felicia, and everyone else. Have a good one. I'll be back in 15, 20 minutes with the England game, guys. See you then. Come on, England. We're going to smash up those Italians. See you then. Thanks for watching, and I'll give you all the latest United news soon. See you, guys. And Sui.